noise of the battle is over. And one side has won, and the other side is lost.
That'll happen before sunset.
Where should we meet?
Let's do it in the open field. We'll meet your back there.
Perfect. I hear a familiar sounds. I'm coming, Grandma King.
I told Paddock calls me. I'll be right here.
For is full and for is fair. Let's fly away through the fog and fill the air.
By his appearance, I bet he can tell us the latest news about the revolt.
This is the brave sergeant who must be being captured. Very frank. Tell the king what was happening in the battle when he left it. For a while you couldn't tell which side would win. Both armies were like exhausted swimmers, clinging to each other, struggling in the water and unable to move. And that villainous MacDonald, well, he had foot soldiers from Ireland and the Hebrides, and Lady Luck was by his side, smiling at his enemies cruelly, as if she were his whore. But Luck and MacDonald weren't enough. Brave Macbeth, laughing at Luck, chopped through to MacDonald and split him right down in half, from his jaw to his navel, and hung his head on our castle wall.
My brave Rutherford, what a worthy man.
But just as violent storms always come as spring appears, our success with MacDonald was short-lived. Listen to this, King. As soon as we sent those Irish soldiers packing, then the Norwegian king saw his chance to attack us with fresh troops and shiny weapons.
Did this frighten our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Oh no, my lord. They were about as scared as an eagle is of a sparrow or a lion is of rabbits. In fact, to tell you the truth, they were even more excelled and forceful than before. And it seemed as if they wanted to make a bloodbath and bathe in their enemies' baths of blood. But all they wanted to make that field into as infamous as Golgotha, just where Christ was crucified. But my wounds, they need tending to.
Your words, like your wounds, bring you on. Go. Take him to the surgeons. Who's this?
The worthy Thane of Ross. His eyes seem frantic. He looks like someone with a strange tale to tell. God save the king.
Where have you come from, worthy Thane?
God, great king, I've come from Fife, where the Norwegian flag flies, mocking our country and frightening our people. Leading an enormous army and assisted by that disloyal traitor Thane of Cornwall, the Norwegian king began a bloody battle. But, outfitted in his battle-weathered armour, Macbeth met the Norwegian attacks shot for shot, as if he were the goddess of a war's husband. Finally, we broke the enemy's spirits, and we were victorious.
Great happiness!
So now Swenno, the Norwegian king, wants a treaty. But we told him we wouldn't even let him bury his men, and he retreated to St. Colm's Inch and paid us his fortune.
Thane of Cawdor will never again betray me. Go, announce that he will be executed. Tell Macbeth that Cawdor's titles will fall to him.
I'll get it done right away.
Thane of Cawdor has lost what the noble Macbeth has won.
Where have you been, sisters? Doing cakes. And you, sister? A sailor's wife of Chestnut Club and want to wear them. Give me one, I said. Get away from me, witch, the fat woman cried. Her husband has sailed off to Aleppo as a master, with a ship called Italia. I sailed there in the kitchen strainer, told myself into Attila rather than do things to him.
I'll leave some wind sailing there.
Oh, nice of you, but I will give you some more. I already have control over the wind, sound with the ports and where they come from, and every direction in the sailor compass in which they can go. I'll drink the life of him. He will gush cheek in a wink of sleep during the day or during the night. For 81 weeks. He will waste away in everything. He will live as a cursed man. Although I cannot make his ship disappear, I can still make his journey miserable. Look what I have here.
Show me, show me.
Here the thumb of pilot who drowned while trying to return home. We were sisters, hand in hand, swift travelers over the sea and land, dancing around and around like so. 3 times to you, and 3 times to mine, and 3 times again, who add up to 9. Enough! The charm is ready.
I have never seen a day that was so good and bad at the same time.
How far is it to Forest?
What are these creatures? They're so withered looking, crazily dressed.
You look like they don't belong here on this earth, but I see them here before you.
Are you alive? Can you answer questions? I know that you've understood me because each of you has brought a skin finger to her lips.
You look like women, but your clothes make me from believing that you are.
Speak, if you can. What kind of creatures are you?
Hail Macbeth, hail to you, Thane of DOBBS.
Hail Macbeth, hail to you, Thane of Cornwall.
Hail Macbeth, the future king.
But dear Macbeth,
Why do you look so startled by these nice things these creatures are saying? Tell me honestly, are you illusions, or are you really what you seem to be? You greeted my friend with talks of honours and talk of the future so glorious that you've made him speechless. Yet, you say nothing to me. If you can see the future and how things turn out, tell me. I'm not scared of you and I don't need your hatred.
Hail, hail, hail. You are lesser than Macbeth, but also greater.
you are happier than Macbeth, not less happy.
Your children will be kings, even though you shall not be one. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo Macbeth, all hail.
Wait, you've only told me the part of what I wanted to know. I already know I'm the Thane of Glamis because I inherited the position from my father when he died. And Thane of Cornwall is a rich and powerful man. For me to be the king is just completely impossible, so tell us why you stop us at this strange place with this prophetic greeting. Speak, I command you!
The earth has bubbles just like water. These things must have come from a bubble in the earth.
Where have they gone to?
In air, like breath in the wind, I wish they had stayed.
Were these things we're talking about really, Gero?
We both know.
My children will be kings.
You will be the king.
And the Thane of Cornwall too, isn't that what they said?
That's exactly what they say.
Who's this?
The king was happy to hear your success, Macbeth. Every time he hears the story of your exploits against the rebels, he becomes so amazed he turns speechless. He was also shocked to learn that you fought against the rebels on the same day you fought against the Norwegian army, and that you weren't the least bit afraid of death, even as you killed everyone around you. Messenger after messenger has delivered news of your bravery to the king, praised for how you defended his country.
The king sent us to give you the thanks and to bring it to him. Your real word won't come with us.
And to give you a taste of what's in store for you, the king told me to call you the Thane of Cornwall. So hail, Thane of Cornwall. That title belongs to you now.
Don't you speak the truth?
Thane of Cornwall is still alive, but why are you putting his clothes on me?
The man who was the Thane of Cornwall is still alive, but he's sentenced to death and he deserves to die. I don't know whether he fought on Norway's side or if he secretly aided the rebels or if he fought both of our enemies. But his treason, which has been proven and to which he's confessed, means he's finished.
Aren't you hoping that your children will be kings after all? Those weird sisters promising nothing less.
If you believe what they say, then you'll be on your way to becoming king as well as the Thane of Cornwall and the Thane of Glamis. But this whole thing is strange. The agents of evil often tell us parts of the truth in order to lead us to a path of destruction. They tell us the truth about little things and then they throw us down when it will destroy us the most. Gentlemen, like a word, please.
So far, those witches have told me 2 things that have come true, and I believe will culminate in my becoming king. Thank you, gentlemen, of course, but I can't be threatened by this supernatural temptation. If it's a good thing, why was I given a promotion that turned out to be true? But it's a bad thing. Why do I find myself thinking of murdering King Duncan? Thought so horrifying, it makes my heart pound inside my chest and my hair stand on end. Even though it's just a fantasy so far, the mere thought of committing murder shakes me up so much that I hardly know who I am anymore. My ability to act is stifled by my thoughts and speculations, and the only things that frighten me are things that don't really exist.
Look at Macbeth, he's in a daze.
fate wants this to happen the way it will. Fate would just have to make it happen, and I wouldn't have to do anything.
Macbeth was not used to his new titles. They're like new clothes. They don't fit you until you break them in.
One way or another, what's going to happen is going to happen.
My good Macbeth, we're ready when you are.
Oh yeah, sorry gentlemen, I was distracted. I won't forget anything you've done for me this fine day. Let's go to the king and receive his honours as he deems necessary. I'm here. When we have time to spare, we can talk things over and consider things.
Absolutely.
Yes, with that we'll be off. Thank you. Come on.
Has the former Thane of Cawdor been executed yet? Haven't the people in charge of that come back?
I think they haven't come back yet, but I spoke to someone who saw Cawdor die. They said that he confessed to his treason, begged your highness's forgiveness, and repented deeply. He never did anything in his whole life that looked as good as the way he died. He died as if someone held practice held to push away their prized possession after working piece of garbage.
No way to read a man's mind by looking at his face. I trusted Cawdor completely. My worthiest kinsman, just this moment I was feeling guilty for not having thanked you enough. You've done so much for me so fast that it's been impossible to reward you for it. All I can say is that I owe you more than I can ever.
The only debt to us, your majesty, is to accept what we owe you, and by doing everything we can to protect you, we're only doing what we should, like servants, their masters, or children to their fathers.
You're welcome here. In making you Thane of Cawdor, I have planted the seeds of a great career for you, and I intend to help you grow. Noble Banquo, you are no less worthy than Macbeth, and everyone here should know it. Come close to me so that I can bestow upon you the benefit of my love and goodwill.
And if I accomplish anything, sir, it will be a credit to you.
My joy is so overwhelming it brings tears to my eyes. My sons, relatives, lords, and all those closest to me, I want you to witness that I will bestow my kingdom upon my eldest son, Malcolm. Today I name him Prince of Cumberland, but you will not be alone in receiving honours. Titles of nobility will shine like stars upon all of you who deserve it. Now let's go to your castle at Inverness, where I'll become even more obliged to you because of your hospitality.
I will go and tell my wife the good news, and with that I'll be off, your majesty.
My worthy Cawdor.
Now, Malcolm is the Prince of Cumberland. If I'm going to succeed, I'm either going to have to knock him out of the way completely or give up because he's in my way. Stars hide your light so no one can see the terrible desires within me. I won't let my eyes see what my hand is doing, but in the end, I'm going to be forced to do the thing I've been horrified to see.
You're right, Banquo. I am satisfied with these praises of Macbeth. Now that he's gone ahead to prepare our welcome, let's follow after him. Truly, he is a man without you.
The witches met me on the day of my victory in battle, and I have since learned they have supernatural knowledge. When I tried desperately to question them further, they vanished into thin air. While I stood spellbound, messengers from the king arrived and greeted me as the Thane of Cawdor, which is precisely how the Weird Sisters had saluted me before calling me the future king. I thought I should tell you this news, my dearest partner in greatness, so that you could rejoice along with me about the greatness that is promised to us. Keep it secret and farewell. You are Thane of Glamis and Cawdor, and you're going to be king, just as you were promised. But I worry about whether or not you have what it takes to seize the crown. You are too full of the milk of human kindness to seize aggressively your first opportunity. You want to be powerful, and you don't lack ambition, but you don't have the means to that these things call for. The things you want to do like a good man. You don't want to cheat, yet you want what doesn't belong to you. There's something that you want, but you're too afraid to do what you need to do to get it. Oh, hurry home so I can persuade you and talk you out of whatever's keeping you from going after the crown. After all, fate and witchcraft both seem to want you to be king. What news do you bring? The king is coming. You must be crazy to say that. Isn't Macbeth with the king? And when Macbeth had told me in advance, so I could prepare if the king really was to come?
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Macbeth sent a messenger here who arrived so out of breath he could barely speak his message.
Take good care of him. He brings great news. So the messenger is short of breath. Like a hoarse raven as he announces death and my blood and clog up my veins, so that I feel no more remorse, so that no human compassion can stop my evil plan or prevent me from accomplishing it. Come to my female breast and turn my mother's milk into poisonous acid, you murdering demons, wherever you hide, invisible and waiting to do evil. Come, thick night, and cover the world in the darkest smoke of hell, so that my sharp knife can't see the wound it cuts open, and so heaven can't peep through the darkness and cry, no, stop. Great Thane of Glass, worthy Thane of Cawdor, you'll soon be greater than both those titles once you become king. Your letter has transported me from the present moment when who knows what will happen, and has made me feel like the future is already here.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when is he leaving?
Plans to leave tomorrow.
That day will never come. Your face betrays strange feelings, my lord, and others would be able to read it like a book. In order to deceive them, you must appear the way they expect you to look. Greet the king with a welcome expression in your eyes, your hands, and your words. You should look like a flower, but be like the snake that hides beneath the flower. The king is coming tonight, and he's got to be taken care of. Let me handle tonight's preparations, for tonight will change every night and day for the rest of our lives.
We'll speak about this further.
You should project a peaceful mood, for if you look troubled, you will arouse suspicion. Leave all the rest to me.
Castle is in a pleasant place. The air is sweet and appeals to my refined senses.
The fact that Mr. McBird, the house bars and nests within these walls proves how enlightened the breezes are. There's not a single protrusion in this castle where they haven't built their nests to sleep and breathe. I've noticed they always like to settle where the air is nicest.
Here comes our honoured hostess. Sometimes the luck my subjects bring me is inconvenient, but I still accept it as luck. In doing so, I am teaching you to thank me for the inconvenience of my being, because it comes from my love to you.
Everything we're doing for you, even if it were doubled and doubled again, is nothing compared to the honours that you have brought our family. We gladly welcome you as our guests, and we're thankful for the honours that you've given us in the past, and the new honours you've just given us.
Where is Macbeth? The Thane of Cawdor. We followed closely afterward. But he must have beaten us here. He rides swiftly, and his great love, which is as sharp as his spur, must have helped him beat us here. Fair and noble hostess, we hope.
We are your servants, your highness, and our house and everything inside of it is at your disposal, for we keep it in your trust, and will gladly give you back what's yours.
Give me your hand. Take him to my host, Macbeth. I love him dearly, and I shall continue to honour him, whenever you're ready.
If this business really was finished when I did the deed, it would be best to get over with it quickly. The assassination of the king could work like a net and sweep up all the consequences, and the murder would be the be-all and end-all of the whole affair. For crimes like these, there are still punishments, and the violent crimes that we commit only encourage our students and become back to plague us teachers. Now, all things have gone bad, and I hardly know what to do anymore. Soon, Duncan will find his way through me with this power he has. Yes, then I will be frightened. I can't spare myself, no. Dear wife, where is she? What news do you have?
He has always finished dinner. Why did you leave the dining room?
Has he asked me?
Don't you know he has?
We can't go on with this plan. I've just earned the good opinion of all sorts of people, and I don't want to throw these honours away so soon while the feeling is fresh. You understand this?
Were you drunk when you seemed so hopeful before? Have you gone to sleep and woken up greed and pain and fear of this idea? From now on, this is what I'll think of your love. Are you afraid to act in the way that you desire? Will you seize the crown you want so badly? Or will you live as a coward, always saying I can't after you say I want to? You're like the poor cat in the old story.
Stop, will you? I'm only doing what is proper for a man to do. He who dares to do more is not a man at all.
If you weren't a man, then what kind of animal were you when you first told me you wanted to do this? When you dared to do it, that's when you're a man. And if you go one step further by doing what you dared to do before, you'll be that much more the man. Before, the time and place weren't right, but you would have gone ahead with the murder anyhow. Now the time and place are just right. It seems almost too good
Stop!
I haven't stopped speaking, dear Macbeth. I have cradled the baby, and I know how sweet it is to love the baby at my breast. But even as it was smiling up at me, I would have plucked my nipple out of its mouth and smashed its brains against the floor if I had sworn to do that the same way that you have sworn to do this.
If we fail...
We fail if you get your courage up. We can't fail. When Duncan is asleep, the day's hard journey has definitely made him tired. I'll get his two servants so drunk that their memory will go up in smoke through the chimney of their brains. When they lie asleep like pigs, so drunk they'll be dead to the world. What woe would you and I be able to do to the unguarded Duncan? And whatever we do, we can lay all the blame on the drunken servants.
You only give birth to male children because your fearless spirit is for nothing that isn't masculine. Once we've covered the two servants in blood, won't people believe that they were the culprits?
Who could think it happened any other way? We'll be grieving so loudly when we hear that Duncan has died.
I will exert every muscle in my body to commit this deed. Now, go and pretend to be a friendly hostess. Hide in your false present face with what you know of your false evil heart.
How's the night going, boy?
The moon has set. The clock hasn't struck.
Moon sets at 12, right?
I think it's late than that.
Here, take my sword. The heavens are being stingy with bell. Take this too. I'm restless, but I cannot sleep. O merciful powers, keep away the nightmares that plague me while I rest. Give me my sword. Who's there?
Friend.
You're not asleep yet, sir? The king's in bed. He's in an unusually good mood. He's granted many gifts to your household and servants. I believe that this diamond is a gift from him to your wife and her boundless hospitality.
As we were unable to entertain the king as well as we would have wanted to because he arrived so early.
Everything's okay. I had a dream last night about 3 witches.
Think about them now. Well, we've had an hour to spare. Let's go over them, shall we?
Absolutely.
Yes, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Farewell, my friend.
You too.
Now, go and tell the mistress to strike the bell when my cook is ready and get yourself to bed. Is this the dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand. And let me hold you. I don't have you, but I can still see you. Is it so that you're a dagger of the mind? A false creation from my fevered brain? There's no dagger here. But you are as real as this other dagger that I have here. And this weapon is just like you. It must be the murder I'm about to do that's making me think I see one. Now, all of night's evils are coming out to look for their prey, and old man Murder, being roused by the howls of his wolf, moves like Tarquin's quiet with his ghost. Now, everything waits. Whilst I stand here now, my courage cools, and I can't spur myself into action easily. Bell. The bell is telling me to do it. Don't listen to the bell, Duncan, because it summons you to either heaven or to hell.
The alcohol that got the servants drunk has made me bold. The same liquor that quenched their thirst has fired me up. Listen. Quiet. It was the owl that shrieked with a scary good night, like the bells they ring before they execute people. Macbeth must be killing the king right now. The doors to Duncan's chambers are open, and the drunk servants make a mockery of their jobs by snoring instead of protecting the king. I put so many drugs in their alcohol that you can't tell if they're alive or dead.
Who's there? What is it?
Oh no, I'm afraid the servants have woken up and the murder didn't happen. For us to attempt the murder and not succeed would ruin us. I put the dagger where Macbeth could find it. He couldn't have missed it. If Duncan hadn't looked so much like my father when I saw him asleep, I would have killed him myself. My husband.
I have done the deed. Did you hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cried. Didn't you say something?
When?
Just now?
As I came down.
Yes.
Listen, who's sleeping in the second chamber?
Donald Bain.
Oh my goodness, this is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
One of the servants laughed in his sleep, and the other cried, "Murder!" Then they said their prayers and went back to sleep.
Malcolm and Donald Bain are asleep in the same room.
And then they woke up once more and cried, "God bless us." The other replied, "Amen." I stood there and listened to them, but I couldn't reply with "Amen." It stuck in my throat.
Don't talk about it so much. If we talk about it, we can't think that way about what we did. If we do, it'll drive us crazy.
Why couldn't I say "Amen"? Why? No, I desperately needed God's blessing, and the word "Amen" stuck in my throat.
Stop talking like that.
Then I heard a voice cry, "Sleep no more. Macbeth has murdered sleep. Innocent sleep, sleep that puts each day to rest. Sleep that relieves a weary labourer. And sleep, the most nourishing of life's feasts."
What are you talking about?
It did continue, I tell you. He cried again, "Sleep no more," and Macbeth will sleep no more.
Who said that? Why, my worthy lord, you let yourself become weak when you think about things in this cowardly way. Go, get some water and wash this bloody evidence from your hands. Why did you bring the dagger from the place? It has to lie there. Go, take it back and smear the sleeping guards with the blood.
No, I can't go back. I can't even afford to think about what I've done.
Coward! Give me the dagger. Dead and sleeping
Yeah,
people can't hurt you any more than pictures can. And only children are afraid of scary pictures. If Duncan bleeds, I'll smear the sleeping guards' faces with his blood, for it must seem like their guilt.
Where is that knocking coming from? What is it so that I'm frightened at every noise? No. Whose hands are these? No. Will all the oceans wash away this blood from my hands? No. Instead, they will stain it scarlet, turning the green waters red.
My hands are as red as yours, but I would be ashamed if my heart was pale and weak. I hear a knock in the south entry. We should go back to our bedroom, and little water will wash away the evidence of our guilt. How simple it is then. You've lost your resolve. Listen, more knocking. Get on your nightgown in case someone comes and sees that we're awake. Snap out of your daze.
Rather than have to think about my crime, I prefer to be completely unconscious. Wake Duncan with your knocking, I wish you could.
This is a lot of knocking. Come to think of it, if a man were in charge of opening the gates of hell, he would have to turn the key and lock. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the devil's name? Maybe it's a farmer who killed himself because grain was cheap. Come on in, farmer. Hope you brought some handkerchiefs with you. Oh, knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Maybe it's a slick, two-faced con man who lied at the rope, but found out you can't lie to God, so now he's going to hell for perjury. Come on in, con man. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Maybe it's a tailor who liked to skimp on the fabric of people's clothes, but now that tight pants are in fashion, you can't get away with it. Come on in, tailor. You can warm up your iron in here. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Never a moment of peace. Oh, this place is too cold to be hell. I won't pretend to be the devil's porter anymore. I was going to let someone from every profession into hell. I'm coming, I'm coming. Please don't forget to leave me a tip.
Did you stay awake so late last night, my friend, that you're having trouble getting up now?
Yes, sir. We were up drinking until 3 a.m. Drink so makes a man do 3 things.
What 3 things does drink make a man do?
Drinking turns a man's nose red, puts him to sleep and makes him urinate. Lust it turns on, but also turns off. What I mean is, drinking is like a con artist. When it comes to your sex drive, it sets you up for a fall. It gives you an erection but doesn't let you keep it. Instead, makes you dream about erotic experiences but then leaves you asleep and needing to pee.
Is your master awake? Oh, I'll not be woken. Here he comes.
Good morning, to the both of you.
Thinking awake or anything?
Oh, not yet. What are you doing?
I know the very unfortunate is both Nana and the trouble. Well, that doesn't mean it's not trouble, just the same.
The work we enjoy isn't really work, is it? This is the lot.
Is he leaving here today?
He is. He told us to arrange it.
The night has been chaotic. The wind blew down to the chimneys where we were sleeping. People are saying they heard cries of grief in the air, strange screams of death, and terrible voices predicting catastrophes that would usher in a woeful new age. The owl made noise all night. Some people say the earth shook if it had a fever.
It was a rough night.
I'm too young to remember anything like it.
Oh, horror! 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 This is beyond words and beyond belief!
What's the matter?
The worst thing imaginable has happened. A murderer has broken into God's temple and stolen the life right out of it.
Are you talking about the life?
Do you mean the king?
Go into the room and see for yourself. What's in there will make you freeze with horror. I can't talk about it. Go, look, and do the talking yourselves. Wake up, wake up! Ring the alarm, murder and treason, Malcolm, Dolphin, Bango, get up! Shake off sleep which looks like death and look on death itself. Get up and come see this image of doomsday. Malcolm, Dolphin, climb from your beds as if you were rising out of your own graves and come witness this horror. Ring the bell!
Why is that terrifying trumpet call? It's getting everyone who's asleep in the house. Speak up and tell me.
Oh, gentle lady, news like that is not fit for your ears. I repeated it to you, it would kill you as soon as you heard it. Oh, Banquo, Banquo, the king has been murdered!
How horrible! What's in our own house?
It will be a terrible event no matter where it happened, my dear Macduff, say reliant citizens, so...
I only died an hour before this event, I can say, to blessed life. The graceful and renowned king is dead. The wine of life has been poured out, and only the dregs remain.
What's wrong?
You are, but you don't know it yet. The source from which your royal blood comes from has been stopped.
Your royal father has been murdered.
Who did this? Seems that the guards who were supposed to be protecting his chamber did it. Their hands and faces were all covered in blood. So were the daggers which we found on their pillows on white. They stared at us in such confusion. No one's life should ever be entrusted to them.
And yet I still regret the anger that drove me to kill them.
What did you do that for?
Is it possible to be wise, bewildered, calm, furious, neutral, all at once? Nobody can do that. I was inspired by my rage for King Duncan, my love for him. Who else could have acted any differently who loved him so much? Now, of course, there they were, the two murderers, drenched in Duncan's blood. I was there, standing in front of them, and laughing. They were laughing. Of course, who else could have acted any differently? Who had the courage to act on it, of course, yes.
Help me out of it, quickly!
Take care of the lady.
Why are we keeping quiet when we have the most to say in this matter? What are we going to say here, Robin? Well, danger may be striking us from anywhere. Let's get out of here. We haven't even begun to weep yet, but there will be time for that later. The time hasn't come yet for us to turn our grief into action.
Kimberley, we'll dress for the dark. Let's meet and discuss this bloody crime. Right now, we're mixed up with fears and doubts, but I'm putting myself in God's hands, and with his help, I will get to the bottom of the secret plot that caused this treasonous murder.
So will I.
So will we all.
Let's get dressed quickly and then meet in the hall.
Agreed.
What are we going to do? Let's not stay here with them. It's easy for a liar to pretend to feel sorry when he actually feels not. I'm going to England.
I'll go to Ireland. We'll both be safer if we go separate ways. Danger may be striking us from anywhere. Our closest relatives are most likely to murder us now.
We haven't encountered that danger yet, but we haven't avoided it all time. With that in mind, let's get away quickly. There's no mercy to be found anymore.
I remember the past 70 years pretty well, and in all that time I've seen dreadful hours and strange things. Last night's horrors make everything that came before seem like a joke.
Ah, yes, old man, you can see the skies. They look like they're upset about what mankind has been doing and threatening the earth with storms. The clock says it's daytime, yet dark night is strangling the sun. Is it because day is so weak or night is so strong that it covers the earth when it's meant to be light?
It's unnatural. It's like the murders that have been committed. Last Tuesday I saw a falcon circling high in the sky. caught and killed by an ordinary owl that usually goes after mice.
Something else strange happened. Duncan's horses, that are beautiful, swift, and the best of their breed, suddenly turned wild and ran out of their stalls. Refusing to be obedient as usual, they acted like they were at war with mankind.
They say the horses hate each other.
I saw with my own eyes. It was an amazing sight. Here comes the good dog. How are things going now?
Can't you see for yourself?
Does anyone know who committed this horrible crime?
The servants Macbeth killed.
What good would it have done those men to kill Duncan?
They were paid to betray their master. The king's two sons, Malcolm and Donalbain, fled the sea, making them the prime suspects.
Everything about this is unnatural. What good would it have done the sons to kill a father who supports him?
I have no idea. But I do know that Macbeth to be named king is heading to school to be crowned.
Where's Duncan's body?
Being carried to cold kill to the body of his ancestors.
Will you go to school?
No, cousin, we're going back to fight.
Well, I'll go to school.
I hope things go well there. For now, goodbye.
Oh, man.
May all of God's blessings go with you, and all who turn bad into good and enemies into friends.
Now you have it all. To the king, to the Thane of Cawdor, and the Thane of Glamis, just like those weird women predicted. And I suspected you cheated to win those titles. But it was also prophesied that the crown would not go to your descendants, and that my sons and grandsons would be king. So if they were right about what they said about you, then maybe they'll be right about what they said about me, but shh, I'll be quiet now.
Ah, here is our most distinguished guest.
If we forgot him, our big coronation wouldn't be complete, and that wouldn't be any good.
Yes, tonight we're having a banquet and I want you to be there, my friend.
My lord, would it be commanded as my duty to do so?
Are you riding this afternoon?
Yes, my good lord.
We hear that the princes, those murderers, have fled to England and Ireland. They've been making up strange lies to tell their hosts, but more on that later when those matters of state concern us both. Is Fleance going with you?
Yes, sir, we are riding far enough that we'll be gone from now until dinner. Unless my horse goes faster than expected, I'll be back in an hour or two after sundown.
Good, good. Don't miss our feast.
My lord, I will not.
Now, run along, and I hope your horses are fast and sure-footed. With that, I send you to them.
My lord.
Everybody may keep to themselves until 7 o'clock tonight, when my company can be most appreciated. So, from now on, just God be with you. You there, I want a word with you. Those men are waiting.
They're waiting outside the palace gates.
Bring them to me. To be the king is nothing if I'm not safe as king. I'm very afraid of Banquo. There's something noble about him that makes me fear him. And his mind never stops working. He has the will to not take risks and the ability to act bravely but also safely. But when Banquo first spoke to the witches, he chided them, told him to tell him his own future than like prophets. They named him father to a line of kings. Now I know someone from outside of my family will take these things away from me, but because they gave me a ball and scepter that I can't pass on. And now I'm going to have to face a possible future where Banquo's sons will be sitting on my throne. No. Banquo's sons, kings, I won't allow it, no. Instead, I'll have to challenge fate and fight to the death. Who is there? Wasn't it just yesterday that we spoke to each other?
My lord, it was yesterday.
Well, did you think about what I said? You know, I explained in the last meeting how you were thwarted, deceived, the devices used against you, and, most importantly, who was against you. And there was enough information there to convince even a half-wit or a crazy person to suggest that Banquo did it.
Yes, Lord, we believe you.
Yes, which brings me to the point of this second meeting. Are you so patient that you're going to love this man and let him walk on the earth with you? Are you so pious that you're willing to let this man off the hook and pray for him and his sons when they have royalty and riches whilst they've left you in poverty?
We are men.
Yes, you are that and more. You are the species of man. Now, it's the same with dogs. If you list each dog according to their quality, like shaggy lap dogs, swimming dogs, wolf dog cross half-breeds, and hunters, you can distinguish the different abilities they have. And there's a long list of them you can see. Now, if you're any place on that list, of men, of course, any other than, not the bottom, then tell me, because I will tell you a plan that will get rid of your enemy forever and bring you closer to me.
My lord, I've been so kicked around by the world and I'm so angry I no longer care what I do.
But the banker was your enemy, don't you?
It's true, my lord.
True, my Lord.
It's my enemy too, and every minute he's alive it eats away at my heart. Wait a minute. You must both decide whether you're going to do this. Remember, you must be away from the palace, and I must be free of suspicion for the plan to work perfectly. Now, decide amongst yourselves, and come to me when you decide.
We've decided. We're in, my Lord.
Marvellous. Stay inside. If you're going to greet Hell's Gates tonight, Banquo, or taken to heaven, tonight's the night.
Is Banquo left the court? Yes, madame, but he'll be back tonight. Go tell the king I want to speak to him for a few minutes. No problem, madame. If you get what you want and you're still not happy, you've spent everything and gained nothing. It's better to be murdered than to be the killer and be tormented with anxiety. What's going on, my lord? Why are you keeping to yourself with only your sad thoughts to keep you company? Those thoughts should have died when you killed the men you're thinking about. If you can't fix things, you shouldn't give it a second thought. What's done is done.
We have slashed the snake but not killed it. Now, Duncan lies in his grave, through with life's troubles, and he's sleeping well. But, of course, Banquo is the cause of this. We must get rid of him. But we can't do any worse to what we have done to Duncan already, not with weapons, rebellion, or murder, or treason, or anything else.
Oh, come on, relax, dear. Put on a happy face and look cheerful and agreeable for your guests tonight.
I'll do that and more, and I hope you'll do the same. Why don't you give Banquo your special attention? Make him feel a way he feels important, and look at him in a way where he feels powerful.
You have to stop talking like that.
My mind is full of Scotland, I know it. You know that Banquo and his son Fleance are still alive.
But they can't live forever.
They must live. We have to close the deal soon. There must be a way.
So what are you going to do?
It's better you don't know about it until after it's done. I have a few schemes yet that I'm planning to put into action. But for now, just run along and pretend to be something nice and, yes, of course, this cannot disrupt us anymore. This must be done. Now, come along. We have much to do.
Who said you could come here?
Macbeth? You can trust this guy. Been given the same orders we have.
Oh, well, you can stay. There's still a bit of daylight in the sky. All the late travellers are arriving at their inns now. Banquo is almost here.
Listen, I hear horses.
Hey, give us a line here.
That must be him. The rest of the guests are already inside.
I can hear the servants taking the horses to the stables.
It's almost a mile from here to the palace gate, but Banquo usually, as anybody else, walks from here.
Comes light.
Behave yourself.
That's him.
Prepare yourselves.
It will rain tonight.
They let the rain come down.
Oh, such treachery! Run, good players, run! You'll have your effects soon.
Who put out the light?
Wasn't I supposed to do that?
There's only one body here, the sun ran away. We failed in half our mission.
Oh well, let's get back to Macbeth and let him know what we have achieved.
You all know your own ranks, so from the highest to the lowest of you, I bid you a hearty welcome now. You may sit.
Thanks, Your Majesty.
As time comes, I will mingle with each of you. My wife will sit in a royal chair and greet you as well.
So welcome to all of our friends, Forby, sir, for in my heart they are all welcome.
And they welcome you in their hearts as well. The table is full on both sides, and I will sit there at the head. And soon we will toast. There's blood on your face.
Then it must be Banquo.
I'd rather see this blood splattered on your face than flowing through the stains. Did you finish him off?
Yes, his throat is cut. I did that.
And you are the very best of the cutthroats, but whoever did the same to Fleance must also be good. If you did that, you're the very best. Yeah.
My lord, Leon's escaped.
I'm scared again, but otherwise it will be perfect. I suppose a piece of rock as solid as marble. For now. Banquo's dead, I assume.
Yes, Banquo is in a ditch, dead, with 20 gashes to his head, any one of which would have killed him.
Now that I have that clarified, the adult snake lies in a ditch, and the young snake is not yet threatening to me as he has no fangs. Run along, I'm busy.
My worthy lord, your noble friends miss your company. If you just want to meet at home, it's best to have some more. My royal lord, your noble friends miss your company. If you just want to eat, it's better to do that at home. But when you're eating out with friends, it's best to have some more ceremony. Otherwise, dinner parties would be so boring.
It's nice of you to remind me. Sid's life requires good appetite, good health and good digestion, and a good meal requires all of these. Let's drink to all of the things I have just named, and let's have a lovely, lovely toast.
Why don't you have a seat, Your Highness?
We would have all the nobility of Scotland under one roof if only Banquo were here. Let's hope he's laid out of rudeness, not because something bad has happened to him.
His absence means to promise, sir. If it pleases you, your highness, why don't you sit close to the grace of your royal company?
I tell you, the table's full.
Here's an empty seat, sir.
Where?
You my good lord, what's wrong, Your Highness?
Oh dear. Well, which one of you did this?
What, my good lord?
Can't say I did it. Don't shake your bloody head at me.
Gentlemen, stand up, his highness is not well. Sit down, good friends. My husband is often like this, and he has been since he was a child. This is just a brief fit. In a moment, he'll be well again soon. If you pay too much attention to him, you'll just make him angrier, and that will only make his convulsions go on longer. Just eat your dinner and pay no attention to him. Are you a man?
Yes. brave one. Who dares to look upon something that would frighten the devil?
Oh, that's nonsense. This is just another one of the hallucinations you always get when you're afraid. This is like that floating daddy you said was leading you toward Duncan. These outbursts of yours don't even look like real fear. They're more like how you would act if you were a woman telling a scary story by the fireside in front of her grandmother. Shame on you. Why are you making these faces? When the vision passes, you'll see that all you're looking at is a stool.
Why won't you look over there? See! Look, look! He's looking at me. Your eyes have no power to see, and your bones have no marrow. If you're going to nod, then speak true. There's no point in burying any of the bodies that have died on the battlefield. The birds might as well eat them. Yes, the birds, yes.
What? Has your foolishness paralyzed you completely?
Oh, dear me. He's disappeared. As sure as I'm standing here, he was there.
Nonsense.
In ancient times, before there were laws to make the land safe and peaceful, a lot of blood was spilled, and yes, since then there have been murders that are too bad to talk about. But now, then it used to be simple. You could just kill a man and that'd be it. Now they rise from the dead with 20 fatal head wounds and knock us off our scores. This haunting business is even stranger than murder.
My real lord, your noble friends miss your company.
Oh dear. I'm sorry, my most worthy friends. I have a strange disorder which no longer shocks those who know me well. But come along now, everyone. Let's have that toast to everyone at the table and to Banquo, who we will miss. Everyone, come drink.
Yeah.
No. Again, if you come at me in the form of a rugged Russian bear, an underpinned rhinoceros or a tiger from Iran, take any other form than the one you have now, and I will never cower or shake with fear, or come back again. Challenge me to some duel and in some deserted place, yes. And if I cower then, you can call me a little girl. So I command you, get out of here, you horrible ghost, you hallucination! Get out!
You've ruined this gathering and disrupted our good cheer by making a spectacle of yourself.
I'm a man again. Yes, I pray you sit still. Yes, now that's how I'm a man again, yes. But how can you look at these things with a straight face while my face has gone white with fear? When you see all these strange and terrible things?
What things have you seen, my lord?
Well,
Please, don't speak to him. He's getting worse and worse. Talk makes him crazy. Everybody, please leave right now. Don't bother exiting the order of your ranks. Just leave right away.
Good night. I hope the king recovers soon.
Okay, good night to all.
there's an old saying, the dead will have their revenge. Gravestones have been known to move and trees to speak. But now we must come to what reality commands and not look at these apparitions with terrible fear. No. Of course. What do you think of that when the duck refuses to come and see me?
Did you send for him, sir?
I've heard about this indirectly, but I will send for him. I have a servant paid in each household to spy for me on the lords. And, of course, tomorrow, whilst it's still early, I will go and see the witches, and they will tell me the very worst what is going to happen. Because I have to know my own safety is the only important thing right now. Nothing else.
You haven't slept, sir.
Yes. I don't even know what time it is. Let's go sleep. We're still just beginners when it comes to crime, after all.
Come.
What's wrong with you? You look angry.
Don't I have a reason to be angry, you disobedient hags? How dare you give Macbeth lies and prophecies about his future without telling me? I am the boss and the source of your powers. I am the one who decides what evil things happen. But no, you never called me to let me join in and to show off my powers. And what's worse, you've done this all for an ungrateful, rotten, hateful brat like Macbeth. Like all spoiled sons, they take what they want and leave nothing for you. But you can make it up to me. Tomorrow, meet me in the fire pit in the river by hell. That's when Macbeth will learn his true destiny. You bring your cauldrons of charms and spells and everything else. I have a lot of work to do before him. There is an important droplet hanging from the corner of the moon, and when it falls, I'll work over it with my magic spells which will create magical illusions that will trick Macbeth. He will mock death and think he is above fate. As we all know, overconfidence is a man's greatest enemy.
Come on.
Ah, listen, I'm being called by my little spirit sitting in a foggy cloud.
Come on, let's hurry. She's back again soon.
What I've already said shows you we think alike, so you can draw your own conclusion. All I'm saying is that strange things are going on. Macbeth bit of Duncan after Duncan's dead, and back when I was walking too late at night, the light can see that flames must have killed him as flames would have seen the crime. Clearly mentioned go walking too late at night. Who could have think how monstrous it was when Malcolm Donald being to kill their gracious father? Such a heinous crime, how sad of Macbeth. Was it not loyal of him to kill those two servants right away while they were still drunk and asleep? That was the right thing to do, wasn't it? Aye, and a wise thing too. You all would have been outraged to hear those two deny their crimes. Considering this, I think that Macbeth has handled things, well, if he had Duncan's sons in prison, which I hope won't happen, you'll find out how monstrous it was for people who killed their fathers and so with blameless, but enough of that. I hear that Macbeth is out of favour with the king who speaks his mind too plainly, and because he failed to show Macbeth's feet. Can you tell me his mind himself?
Duncan's son Malcolm, whose throne and birthright Macbeth has stolen, lives in the English court. There, the saintly King Edward treats him so well that despite his misfortunes, Malcolm isn't deprived of respect. That's where Duncan went. He went to secure an alliance between the people of Northumberland and their Lord Seward. With their help and the help of God above, Macduff hopes to bring peace back to our nights, food back to our tables, free our banquets from violent murders, and allow us to pay proper homage to our king. When Macbeth heard this news, he got so angry that he started preparing for war.
Did you tell Macbeth to return to Scotland?
He did, but Macduff said no way. Then he rudely turned his back on the messenger and scowled as if to say he would regret that he gave him a sense.
That might well keep Macduff away from Scotland. Some holy angels applied to the court of England to give him a message. They should return quickly to free our country, which is suffering under a tyrant.
SAMANTHA.
Tiny fox, yelled 3 times.
3 times. And the hedgehog's right once.
My spirit friend Javier is calling. It's time, it's time.
Dance around the cauldron and join your potion angels. June going first. I told the sat on a cold rock for a month. Some poisons from his spores. Double, toil and trouble. Fire burn and cauldron bubble.
We'll boil you in the cauldron next. A slice of swamp snake. All of the rest of you will too. Eve's eye. Frog's tongue. Bird or bat. Dog's tongue. A forked tongue. A stinger, a burrowing worm. A lizard's leg. An owl's wing. Make a charm of powerful trouble. And boil and bubble like a broth of hell.
Double, toil and trouble. Fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Here comes some more ingredients. The scale of a dragon, a wolf's tooth, a witch's mummified flesh, the gullet and stomach of a ravenous shark, a root of hemlock that was dug up in the dark, a Jew's liver, a goat's bile, the finger of a baby that was strangled when Stew gave birth to it in a dish. Make this portion thick and gluey, now to the tiger's entrails and mix.
Double, toil and trouble. Fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool the mixture with the boots. After that, the charm is ready.
Ah, well done. I admire your efforts, and you all shall be rewarded. Now, come around the cauldron, like a repels of fairies, and chant everything you visit.
I can tell something wicked is coming by the tingling in my thumbs. Doors, open up for whoever is knocking.
What is going on here? You secret evil midnight hags.
Something there isn't a word for.
What are you doing is... I must know where my fate lies next. And I command you to tell me if you will do it for me, I don't care if you make pyramids and palaces collapse, you send sailors to their deaths by making the waves overwhelm ships I don't care if you pull the trees from the earth. I don't care. Just tell me what I want to know.
Speak.
Demands. Ransom.
Would you rather get it poured from a mount or from a masters?
Send them all.
Pouring the blood of a soul who hath eaten her 9 offspring, take the sweat of a murder on the gallows and throw it into the flame. Come, my low spirits, show yourself and what you do.
Show your unknown power.
Macbeth! 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 Beware the fatal fight. Beware Macduff. Let me go. Enough!
Whatever you were, thanks for your advice, but one word more.
You will not be commanded by you. Here comes another stronger than the first.
Macbeth! 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 5 and 3 years, I listen with all three. Be violent, bold, and firm. Laugh in the face of any man born from womb, for none shall harm Macbeth. And I don't have to kill Macduff, but I know I won't sleep easy in the night if I keep him alive. And give him the chance to stop my reign. I'll have to kill him anyway, make doubly sure, yes. My fate lies with you, not in it, Macduff, you will die. But I must know what you tell me. If there's anything else, come on. Who is this spirit who looks like a child with a crown on his young head? Speak.
Be brave as a lion and proud. Do not even worry about who hates you, who resents you, who conspires against you. Macbeth will never be defeated until Vernon Wood fights you at Dunsinane Hill.
That will never happen, you stupid hags. Who could possibly command the trees and the forest to move to one place from another? A countries entirely. How could this be? Tell me, if your visions can see this far, will Banquo's sons ever reign in my kingdom?
Don't try to find out more.
I demand to be satisfied. If you don't let me see what I must see, then there's an eternal curse fall on all of you.
Show.
Sure.
Show him and make him grieve. Come like shadows and depart in the same way.
Now show me! You look just like the ghost of Banquo, but go away. And you look like the son of the one I've just seen. It's mean. What does it mean? A third trio of terrors. What is the meaning of this? Could they be linked somehow? Yeah. No. A fourth? What's going on? Another. No. Lineage, no. Yes, of course. And a last one with a mirror showing them all. Once they're all in a line, and no, the one I feared the most there. Banquo with his blood-clotted hair is staring at me, smiling at me. And he's, oh dear me, pointing to them, says, oh no.
Why do you look so dumbfounded? Come, sisters. Let's cheer him up and show him more talents. I will charm there to this music so without someone like crazy, so this king can say we don't duty and entertain you.
No. Stop. No. Cease. No. Oh, goodness me. Strange. They're gone. You there, outside.
What does your grace want?
Did you hear anyone pass by? Did you see anything?
No, my lord.
Not even witches?
No, indeed, my lord.
No. I heard the galloping of horses. Someone was there. Who?
2 or 3 men, my lord, brought the message that Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England. Oh, my fears come to fruition. This cannot be. No. I'll have to solve it myself. I'll raid Macduff's castle. I'll kill everyone in the town. I'll rage through it. Kill his wife, his children, and anyone who dares stand against me. No. Do not fear until Vernon Wood does come to Dunsinane. I'll guarantee my fate by having your head on a pike, Macduff, and you will be dead. Now, come on.
So what did he do that made him flee his land?
you have some patience, Mother?
He had no patience. He was crazy to run away. Even if you're not a traitor, you look like one when you run away.
You don't know whether it was fear or wisdom that made him
How could it be wisdom to leave his family, his children, his wife, and his titles in a place so unsafe that he himself flees it? Even the fragile wren, the smallest of all birds, fights against the owl if it attacks the young ones in the nest. His running away has everything to do with fear and nothing to do with love. And since it was so unreasonable, it has nothing to do with wisdom either.
My dearest relative, I'm begging you, pull yourself together. As for your husband, he is noble, wise, and judicious, and he understands what the times require. It's not safe for me to say much more than this, but times are bad when people get denounced as traitors without even knowing why. It's times like these where we believe frightening rumours without even knowing what we're afraid of. It's like being tossed around in the ocean, every direction, finally getting nowhere. I'll say goodbye now, it won't be long before I'm back.
You have a father, yet he's fatherless.
I have to go, or else I'll embarrass myself and disgrace you by crying. I'm leaving now. My new cousin, my blessing upon you.
My young man, your father's dead. What are you going to do now? How are you going to live?
I will live the way the birds do, Mother.
What do you mean? Start eating worms and flies?
I mean, I will live on what I can get. The birds do.
You'd be a pitiful bird. You wouldn't know enough to be afraid of crabs.
Why should I be afraid of them, Mother? If I'm a pitiful bird, like you say, then that's what I want to be. No matter what you say, my father is not dead.
Yes, he is dead. So, what are you going to do for a father?
Maybe you should ask, what will you do for a husband?
I can buy 20 husbands in any market.
If you do, you'd be buying them to sell again.
You talk like a child. You're very smart anyways.
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Yes, he was.
What is a traitor?
Someone who makes a promise and breaks it.
And is everyone who swears and lies a traitor?
Everybody who does so is a traitor and should be hanged.
And should everyone who makes promises and breaks them be hanged?
Everyone.
And who should hang them?
The honest man.
But the liars are fools. For there are enough honest men in the world to beat them up and hang them.
Heaven help you for saying that, boy. So, what are you going to do without a father?
Mother, we will be all right. You and I.
Silly blabbler, how you talk.
Let's see, fair lady. You don't know me, but I know you're an important person. I'm afraid that something dangerous is coming your way. If you'll take a simple man's advice, don't be here when it arrives. Take your children and leave. I feel terrible to scare you like this, but it would be much worse to let you come to any harm. And harm is getting close. Heaven keep you safe.
Where should I go? I haven't done anything wrong. But I have to remember that I'm here on earth, where doing evil is often praised and doing good is sometimes a stupid and dangerous mistake. So then why am I offered this woman's defense that I'm innocent? Who are these men?
Where is your husband?
I hope not anybody anywhere so disreputable that facts like you can find him.
He is a traitor.
you're lying. You shaggy-head villain.
What did you say? You runt. You young son of a traitor.
He's killed me, Mother. Run away, I beg you.
Murder!
Let's see how the quiet place where we can speak alone and cry our hearts out.
Instead of crying, let's keep a hold of our weapons and fight for our fallen homeland. Each day, new widows scream, new orphans cry, and new sorrows slap heaven in the face, till heaven herself feels Scotland's anguish.
I would avenge whatever I believe is wrong, and I will put to rights what I can when the time comes. Perhaps what you said is true. This tyrant whose mere name is so awful it hurts us to say was once considered an honest man. You were one of his favourites, but no harm has come to you yet. I'm inexperienced, but perhaps you're planning on betraying me to win Macbeth. It would be smart to offer someone poor and innocent like me as a sacrificial lamb to satisfy an angry beast like Macbeth.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. So even someone with a good and virtuous nature may give way to royal commands. But I beg.
What about this country do you bleed? Bleed, the poor country. Will you ever see peaceful days again when the man with the claim to the throne itself is by his own admission terrible in every way? What? Spit it out for me.
But I beg. can't actually make you fear. Even the brightest angel of them all, Lucifer, fell from heaven. Even though evil looks good, good still has to look good too.
I've lost all hope of convincing you to stand against Macbeth.
Maybe you lost your hopes in me while I found my doubts in you. How could you leave your wife and child vulnerable? The most precious things in life, those strong bonds of love. How could you leave them? But please, do not take my suspicion and slander against you. You must understand, I need to protect myself. You must be honest, no matter what I've been.
Oh, great tyrant. Go ahead and build yourself up, because good men are too afraid to stand up for what is right and good. To enjoy everything that you stole because your title is safe. Farewell, Lord. I wouldn't be the villain you think I am, even if I was offered all of Macbeth's kingdom and the riches of the East too.
Don't be offended. I don't completely distrust you. I do think Scotland is sinking under Macbeth's oppression. Each day my country weeps, it bleeds, when a new cut is added to her wounds. I do think people are willing to fight for me, and the English have promised me thousands of soldiers. Even so, with Macbeth's head under my foot or at the end of my sword, my country will be plagued with more evil than it's seen before. It will suffer under the reign of the king that follows Macbeth.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about myself. Once all my vices are exposed, Macbeth will seem as pure as snow in comparison. My poor country will see him as a sweet lamb in comparison to my infinite evils.
Even in hell itself, you couldn't find the devil worse than Macbeth.
Yes, I do agree that he is murderous, lecherous, violent, and guilty of all the sins that have a name. But there is no end, absolutely none, to my sexual desires. Your wives, your daughters, your young maids, and your old women altogether cannot satisfy my lust. My desire would overpower all restraints of anyone that came in my way. It would be better for Macbeth to be king than someone like me.
Endless greed and lust in a man's nature is a kind of tyranny, and it has fallen many great kings. But don't be afraid to take the crown that rightfully belongs to you. You can find ways to enact on your desires in secret and deceive everyone. Surely there's more than enough willing women. Your lust can't possibly be so strong that it would overpower all the women that would be desperate to throw themselves at the king the once they find out that he wants them.
Along with being full of lust, I'm also incredibly greedy. I would steal my noble's lands. I would take jewels from one and houses from another until I'd invest false cause with my good and loyal subjects, destroying them so I could get my hands on their wealth.
Greed you described as worse than lust, because you won't outgrow it. But don't be afraid. There's more than enough treasures in all of Scotland to satisfy you out of your own royal coffers. Your bad qualities are bearable when balanced against your good sides.
No, but I don't have any good sides. I don't have any of the qualities a king needs, such as justice, kindness, generosity, bravery and courage. No, if I had power, I would take world peace and throw it down in hell.
Oh, Scotland, Scotland!
Please, I am exactly as I have described myself to you. If I am fit to be king, let me know.
Fit to be king? You're not fit to live, oh miserable nation, ruled by a usurping, murderous tyrant. When will you see peaceful days again, when the man with the claim to the throne is, by his own admission, cursed and a disgrace to the royal family? Your royal father, Duncan, was a virtuous king. Your mother spent more time on her knees in prayer than she did standing up, and lived a life of absolute piety. Good day. The evils you describe within yourself have driven me from Scotland forever. Oh, my heart, your hope is dead.
O Macduff, this passionate outburst, which proves your integrity and removes my doubts about you, has made me realise you are honourable and trustworthy. This evil Macbeth has tried too many times to lure me into his power, and my prudence prevents me from believing people too quickly. I will let God be my witness and be guided by you. And I take back my confession. All those things that I said aren't actually a part of my character. I am still a virgin. I have never told a lie. I wouldn't betray the devil himself, and I have never broken a promise. I love truth as much as I love my life. And the person who I really am is ready to serve you and our country. Indeed, I spoke to Seward before you arrived, and him and thousands of soldiers are ready to come here and fight with us. And we shall fight Macbeth together and bring justice to our country. Why are you silent?
It's hard to make sense of such different stories.
We shall speak more soon. Has King Edward come out yet? What does the doctor say?
Yes, sir. Current people are waiting for him to come and heal them. Their illness is compounded and also advanced techniques of body medicine, but when he arrives, they are healed immediately because the power is given to him by God.
Thank you.
What disease is he talking about?
It's called the evil. King Edward is his healing touch. It's a miracle that I've seen him perform many times during my stay in England. How he does it only he can save. But he can cure people with strange conditions and people who are beyond surgery by placing a gold coin around their neck and saying holy prayers over them. How he receives these? People say that he receives the grace and he is a man graced by God.
Who's that coming over there?
By his dress, I can tell that he's my countryman, but I don't recognise him.
Ah, my noble kinsman. Oh,
I recognise him now. May God alter the circumstances that kept us apart.
Hello, sir.
is Scotland the same as when I left it?
Ah, poor country, it's too frightened to even look at itself. Scotland, the land where we were born, will now be the land where we will die. Where no one ever smiles except for the fool who knows nothing. When the funeral bell rings, no one even asks who died. Good men die before the flowers in their caps wilt. They die before they even fall sick.
Oh, your report is super weapon again. Sounds so true.
Which is the most recent news?
Even news an hour old is old news. Every minute another horrible thing happens.
How's my wife?
She's well.
And my children?
They're well too.
Macbeth hasn't attacked them.
They were at peace when I left them.
Don't be stingy with your words. What's the news?
When I was coming here to tell you my side of the news, I heard rumours that good men were arming themselves to rid themselves of Macbeth. When I saw Macbeth's army on the move, I knew the rumours must be true. Now is the time when we need your presence in Scotland. You could inspire people to fight. Even the women would fight to rid themselves of Macbeth's oppression.
Let them be comforted. I'm returning to Scotland. Gracious King Edward has sent us noble sealed with thousands of soldiers. There's no one more experienced in the entire Christian world than him.
I wish I could repay this happy news with good news of my own. But my news is so dreadful it should be howled in a barren desert where no one can ever hear it.
What is this news? Does it affect all of us or just one of us?
I hope you won't hear me after I say these things, but my news affects you alone.
It's for me, don't keep it from me. Tell it to me now.
Your castle was attacked. Your wife and children savagely slaughtered. If I told you how they were killed, it would cause you so much pain that it would add your body to the pile of murdered corpses.
Merciful heaven. Don't hide your grief. Let it out.
They killed my children,
They killed your wife, your children, your servants, anyone they could find.
and I had to be aware. They killed my wife too.
Yes.
Take comfort. Turn your grief into anger.
Macbeth has no children. All my children. Did you say all? Oh, that bird from hell. What? All my children and their mother dead in one fell swoop.
Fight it like a man.
I will, but first I must feel it like a man. I can't help remembering all the things most precious to me. Did heaven watch down as the slaughter occurred, and lend no help? Sinful Macduff. They were killed because of me, not because of anything they did. They were slaughtered because of me.
Let this anger sharpen your sword. Transform your grief into anger, and let your grief lose his rage.
I could go on weeping like a woman, and bragging about how I will avenge them. But merciful heaven, do not keep me from him. Bring me face to face with Macbeth. That's all. With Macbeth. Put him at the end of my sword so I may run him through. And if he escapes, may God forgive him as well.
Now you sound like a man. Come on, King Edward is waiting, and the army is ready. All we have to do now is say goodbye to the king. Macbeth is right for the picking. Cheer up as much as you can. The new day is coming for us.
I stayed up with you for 2 nights now, and I haven't seen any evidence of what you were talking about. When was the last time that you saw her sleepwalking?
Ever since Macbeth went to war, I've seen her rise from her bed, put on her nightgown, unlock her closet, take out a piece of paper, write on it, seal it, and then return to bed, having remained asleep the entire time.
It's unusual to be asleep and act as if you were awake. When she is like this, aside from doing all these various activities walking about, have you heard her say anything?
She says something so, I will not repeat it to you.
You can tell me. You really should.
I will not confess it to you nor to anyone else, because no one else was there to witness it. Look, here she comes. This is how she looks every night, and I swear it, she's fast asleep. Keep in.
How did she get that candle?
It stands by her bedside. She must always have a light beside her, goes to the altars.
You see, her eyes are open.
They don't see anything.
What's she doing now? Look how she rubs her hands.
She often does that. She looks as if she's washing it. I've seen her do that before for as long as 15 minutes.
There's still a spot here.
Listen, she's talking.
Come out, down spot. Out! I command you. 1, 2. Okay, it's time to do it now. Hell is murky.
something you shouldn't have heard.
She said something she shouldn't have said, I'm sure of that. Heaven knows what secret she's keeping.
I still have the smell of blood on my hands. All the perfumes of Arabia could make my little hands smell better.
What a heavy sigh. Her heart must be carrying a heavy weight.
I wouldn't want her like hers even if you knew the Queen.
Well, well, well.
I hope what she said is well, sir.
This disease is beyond my medical skills.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Don't look so frightened. I tell you again, Banquo is buried. He cannot come out of his grave.
Is this true?
To bed, to bed. I hear a knocking at the gate. Come, 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 come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed.
Will she go to bed now?
Yes, right away.
Evil rumours are going around. The natural acts we call supernatural things to happen. This woman needs the priest far more than the doctor. Watch her. Keep your eyes on her constantly. Remove anything she might use to hurt herself. And now, good night. She has amazed my eyes and bewildered my mind. I have an opinion, but I don't dare to say it out loud.
Good night.
One, two.
The English army are approaching, led by Malcolm and his uncle Seward and the great Macbeth. They burn for revenge. The sorrows that they have been caused would make the dead rise up and fight with them.
We'll meet them near Burnhamwood. They're coming that way. Does anybody know if Donalbain is with his brother?
He is not there, sir. I have enlisted a force of men. Seward's son is there, as well as many boys too young to have beards who become them by joining this battle.
What is that tyrant Macbeth doing?
He is fortifying his castle at Dunson Inn with heavy defences. Some say it's insane, those who hate him must full of brave anger. One thing's for certain, he's out of control.
Now Macbeth feels the blood of his murdered enemies sticking to his hands. Now rebel armies punish him for every minute of his treachery. The soldiers he commands are only following orders. They doesn't fight because they love Macbeth. Now he seems too small to be a great king, like a midget trying to wear the robes of a giant.
Who can blame him for being angry when everything he has done, he has condemned himself?
Well, let's keep marching and give our loyalty to someone who truly deserves it. We'll meet Malcolm, the doctor who will cure a sick country. We'll pour out our own blood to help him.
However much blood we'll need to get the water the royal flower to drown the weeds, to make Malcolm King, get rid of Macbeth. Let him see now march to Burnham.
Aye.
Don't bring me any more reports.
No. What is that boy Malcolm? Wasn't he born of a woman? He's the only one. No, that's the thing. Why all the faces hurting me? No. I'm going to stand tall and fight. And send those stupid things back to the decadent English. Oh dear. Seaton, I'm sick. No. Stay what you're doing. You there. May the devils in your black and white face fall while you look like a frightened goose.
10,000
Geese, you idiot.
soldiers, sir.
You lie. If you lie, then I'll hang you from the highest tree and force you to die of starvation. What? Expand. Go on.
The English army, sir.
No. Don't be afraid until Burnham Wood does say no. You must be. No. How's my wife, Doctor?
She's not sick, sir, but she's talking about endless visions of the prophet at night.
Cure of that. Don't you have some drug that can put her mind at ease and ease her heart in many ways, I'm sure.
For results like that, sir, the patient must treat herself.
Medicine for the dogs, I won't have anything to do with it. Now, come on, there must be some way you can examine this country by looking at its urine. And then, if you do that and cure it, I will applaud you to the end of the earth. Now, Penny?
Well, your preparations for war sound like something.
Exactly. Now, Seaton! I'm sick at heart when I Seaton, come here!
What do you want?
Put my armour on me.
You don't need it here. I know all the rumours have been confirmed at some time.
no, I'll do it anyway. No. Of course, there are people here that whisper passionately but quietly whisper curses to me. My life is beginning to wither and fall like a yellowing leaf in autumn. And now I must face Dunsinane and Burnhamwood meeting. Come on, hurry up, will you? Come on, is there a drug you can use to purge the English from my country or not?
Well, sir, that's not really full.
Put it off. More on.
Executed on walls.
No.
Surely the most proper course of action would be to flee, good sir.
No, I'm to stay here and stand and fight. If you're a coward, then you can do whatever you want.
I would return to Dunsinane if you were not offered all the kingdom's treasures, sir.
We don't doubt it.
What is the name of this forest behind us?
Burnhamwood.
Tell every soldier to hold up a branch in front of him. That's where we can conceal how many of us there are. And Macbeth's spies will give him inaccurate support.
We will do it.
We have no news except that overconfident Macbeth is still in Dunsinane will allow us to lay siege to the castle.
He wants us to lay siege. Whenever his soldier leads him, they do, no matter what rank they are. No one fights him apart from those who are forced and those whose hearts aren't in it.
We should reserve our judgment until we achieve our goal and fight like honourable soldiers.
Soon we'll find out it's ours and what really isn't. We can sit around and hope that we'll win this, but the only way that this is going to be settled is through violence. So let's move our armies forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6!
Hang our flags on the outer walls. Everyone keeps yelling, here they come. If it weren't because so many of my soldiers had revolted and joined them, I could have fought them out front of my castle mounted man and beaten them back to England. What was that noise?
Women crying like a lot.
There would have been a time where I would have been frightened at the small noise in the night. I would have jumped up at a ghost story, but now I've had my real fill of horrors and these things don't even affect me. Well, what was it for?
The Queen is dead, my good lord.
She would have died anyway. Sure. The news is bound to come soon. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Life is but an illusion. It's as if a poor actor was walking for his hour on stage and was never heard of again. But what should come with good life just ends up being useless noise and emotional disturbance. And yes, but I must see. Where is that man born of a woman? He's the only one I fear. Now, go away, prepare for war.
My gracious lord, I should tell you what I saw, but I don't know how to say it.
Say it.
When I was standing watch on the hill, I looked towards Burnham and I swear I saw the forest move.
Then my guesses and what I saw was true. But if you do lie to me, then I must force you to die of starvation. I'll rip your lungs out and you'll be sorry. Now, if you're correct, you can do the same to me. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Right. Raise the alarms! Come on! Everyone, we must not doubt and fear. Come on, let's go. Now, blow wind, come ruin. At least we'll die with our armour on.
Throw down your branches and show them who you really are. Uncle Stephen and your son, you take the first battle. Me and Brave Macduff will do the rest according to the battle plan.
Good luck. If we meet Macbeth's army tonight, let's be beaten if we cannot fight.
With all the trumpets, they loudly announce the arrival of blood and death.
Let's move the army forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6!
They have been tied to a stake. You have to stand and fight like a bear. Where is that man, not born of a woman? Must he make an appearance now? Make me wait.
What is your name?
You'd be afraid to hear it.
No, I wouldn't know if you were one of the worst demons in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
But don't make yourself from the sea name I hate more.
No, nor could the devil's name be more frightening.
You lie! You disgusting tyrant! I'll prove it myself that I'm afraid of you!
You were clearly born from a woman. These weapons don't frighten me, only a simple man cannot harm me. Now I must find him.
Tyrant, show yourself. You must be coming from somewhere over there. The great noise sounds like one of the highest ranking men's being announced. If someone other than me kills you, the ghosts of my wife and children will haunt me forever. I'll either fight you, Macbeth, or I'll lay down my sword unused. Bring me face to face with it. I ask for nothing more than that.
Surrounded with our fight, our men are battling bravely and the best soldiers are fighting on both sides. The victory is almost yours, there's nothing much left to do.
I even spot as if they're trying not to hurt.
So, there's the cost.
I will not kill myself like one of the ancient Romans. There is he, the one my destinies commanded me to meet.
Turn around, you dog from hell! Turn around!
You are the only one I have feared. That you know that none of your type can simply destroy me. I have lived a charmed life which cannot end by a simple man such as yourself.
You can forget about your charm. The evil spirit you serve can tell you that I was not born. They cut me from my mother before she could bear me naturally.
Because you were telling me this. You frightened away my courage.
Then surrender, coward, and we'll put a picture of you on a poster above the sign that says, "Come see the tyrant."
I will not have to stand and kiss the ground in front of Malcolm. Even though Burnham Wood really did come to Dunsinane, and yes, I'm fighting a man, not a woman born, I struggle to believe the lies those fiends told me. So, I'd like to see the world plunged into chaos before I go, I suppose. Well, raise your sword like I am, and may damn the first man who cries, "Stop, enough!"
One, take!
I wish everyone could have survived this battle.
In every battle, soldiers will die, but looking around us, I can see that our victory has cost us very much.
Your noble son and Macbeth is missing.
My lord, your son paid the soldier's price, death. As soon as he was old enough to prove he was a man who died by fighting like one.
So he's dead.
Yes, my lord, his body got carried off the field.
There was wounds on his front side.
Yes, on his foot. Your sorrow should not be equal to his word, otherwise it would never end.
Finish God's soldier now. If I had as many sons as I had hairs on my head, I couldn't wish they'd have died more nobly than he did, and that's all there is to it.
He's worth more warning than that, and I wouldn't warn him.
He is worth no more than that. They say he died well and he settled his scores, and with that, I hope God is with him. Here comes better news.
Hail, King! Because that's what you are now. See, I have Macbeth's cursed head, and have put a stop to his tyranny. I see you have all the noblemen gathered around you, and they're thinking the same thing as me. I want them to join me in this chant. Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland!
I will reward each and every one of you as he deserves. My thanes and my kinsmen, I name you all Earls, the first Earls that Scotland has ever seen. We have a lot of work to do in the dawn of this new era. We must call home to our exiled friends who fled Macbeth's tyranny and bring justice to those who served the dead butcher and his demon-like queen, who rumour had it committed suicide. We have a lot of work to do, and we must do what's right. So, I thank you all, and I invite each and every one of you to watch me be crowned King of Scotland at Scone.
Hail, King of Scotland!